Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, we're always inviting you to get social with us. Yes, tweet us. We want to hear from you at BronxNet TV, and tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. I want to hear what's going on. I want to hear all the fabulous stuff that you want to share that maybe we can share here on air. All right, so our next guest is actually Bronx Green-Up, and Bronx Green-Up is a community gardening outreach program of the New York Botanical Gardens. They give Bronx residents the opportunity to partake in a hands-on learning experience to grow and enrich their communities. Here now to tell us more about the program is Director of Bronx Green-Up and Horticulture Community, Ursula Chance, and Seasonal Assistant, Elena Rodriguez. And welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yes. So, the New York Botanical Gardens has actually implemented this amazing concept, and I've been following you guys online, and I find it very interesting and actually very helpful to those who are not knowledgeable or just maybe even interested in learning about gardening, and also the importance of implementing green eating into our diets. And what better way than to actually grow it yourself, right?
Yeah.
So Ursula, if you would like to share a little bit about your background and the whole concept behind this Bronx Green-Up.
Sure, definitely. So Bronx Green-Up is the community gardening outreach program of the New York Botanical Garden, and the program was formed in 1988, and really it started just organically. Bronx residents were taking initiative, cleaning up garbage-strewn vacant lots, and really just some of the residents who stayed in the Bronx, a lot of these lots were after the city's fiscal crisis, the economic downturn of the 70s and early 80s, and so people who stayed, they wanted to clean up, make something beautiful and positive out of what had been abandoned, and the garden wanted to support these efforts and created the Bronx Green-Up program, as you know, and contributed plants and compost, soil, help navigate city agencies. And now Bronx Green-Up supports over 200 community school gardens and urban farms in the Bronx, and we provide horticulture advice, technical assistance, training to community gardeners, school gardeners, urban farmers, really anyone who wants to be involved in these greening efforts.
Nice. Elena, what's a seasonal assistant do? I like the title. It's like, oh, she only comes around when things are blossoming. No.
No, well, I just started in May, and I'm going to be with Ursula and Sarah throughout December. And what I do is I help them at the gardens, and we go there and plant new plants or help with any projects that are happening at the gardens, like if there's any big work days, or we have volunteers come by as well. So I help to organize that. And I also help to do the in-house stuff, so making sure that we're answering emails, and whoever's calling us to get more information from us, we make sure that we're responding back to them with the information that they're looking for.
So seasonal assistant means from here until December?
Yeah.
Right. No, you answered my question in depth. No, it's all good.
Sorry.
No, it's great. No, it's great. It's great. Absolutely. I was just making sure. I'm like, seasonal, what does that mean? And so going back to season, right, let's talk a little bit about that and actual gardening and the effect that winter has on gardening. Let's talk a little bit about that. Since you're saying you're only there till December, I mean, obviously this is the season.
Yeah, this is the season, so we have a lot going on. I mean, typically what we're doing in the season is we have community work days that we're leading at a lot of these different sites at the community gardens, school gardens, urban farms, where we could be building raised beds, helping start seeds, put plants in the ground, weeding. There's always a lot of weeds. The weeds keep growing. So we just do a variety of activities that the communities is invited to join us at. And then we also partner with different community groups and organizations that are interested in getting involved in these spaces. Sarah Katz, our wonderful community horticulturist, she teaches our certificate series, which we have on grow more vegetables, pruning soils. So it's, it covers, all sorts of different topics. And what's great about it is there's classroom part, but also a lot of it is hands-on in the gardens.
So this certificate program, is that eligible for just individuals or is for organizations? And what type of a process is it? Is it a month, 2 months? How long is the actual training?
So each of them are a little bit different. and they're open to Bronx gardeners, community gardens, school gardens, urban farmers are giving priorities, but some years we have, open seats so we can welcome anyone at that point. But really we want to have people who are interested in sharing what they've learned and will give back to others in their community. Particularly our Grow More Vegetable class, there's 8 volunteer hours that are required, and then also the idea is that people have a project that they do where they pass on and share something that they've learned in the class with others in their community. So projects have ranged from like doing a horticulture workshop with neighbors in their community, running a school program, putting in a water system, starting a school garden. So it's really great to see what students bring out of these projects and out of what they've learned.
So, Elena, do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 22.
You're 22?
Yes.
You come across younger, right?
Yes.
Which is good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know if anybody said I look younger, I'd be like, hey, you're my friend today. I asked mostly because she was referencing the age indirectly, and so I just wondered what's the youngest that you've been working with?
The youngest that I work with is like around 7.
7?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a little shocking.
Yeah, we get young kids, and the younger they are, I feel it's better because then you start with the younger generation. And then they keep going on with the knowledge. So.
Absolutely, that's great. So now that we're talking about that aspect of it, okay, so these different age ranges, how do you train them? Do you train them together, or do you train them in individually in groups, or how do you do this? I mean, I think the whole program is fabulous. I want to talk a little bit about compost too, because I think people need to know the importance of how garbage can be recycled, but natural garbage, of course.
Yeah,
but no. But go ahead. Let's talk about the kids first.
So when the younger children, we do usually just hands-on, so learning about the soils, like the insects and the planting and what the plant does for the environment. So that's what we do with the younger children, and then for older, do you want to?
Sure. So yeah, I mean, it's great, the community work days, because pretty much all ages are welcome to join in on different tasks, and people can, kind of like, some of it will just be like loading up wood chips into a wheelbarrow and bringing it over to, mulch plants or create pathways. The certificate programs are mostly for adults, but sometimes we have had a younger person, a child in the class as well with their parents. We had one student who was so interested, and he was wonderful. He was like an honorary member of the class.
That's great. So the parent, I only say this because you see my little one is here with me at work, right? That's my little one over there, Termbida. And so she kind of like comes with me to the majority of the things that I have to attend. So it's nice that it's inviting. I mean, that you actually welcome the child to absorb and observe, because believe it or not, they learn.
Yeah.
Whether they understand it fully, they get it. They get bits and pieces, so that's really great.
Yeah, come out. Come out
For
to
me?
one of
All
our,
right. So now
both are
they're
welcome
me to
too.
be part of the class. All right, so let's talk a little bit about compost before we go, because they're wrapping us up. But I definitely want to share with everyone this compost. I mean, it's just. The first time I ever learned about it, which is not very long ago, which is a couple of years ago, it's just, I guess because we're urban and farming is not necessarily like on the brain, but just share a little bit about what banana peels and things like that can do.
Yeah, sure. No, composting is great. And we have a wonderful partnership with the Department of Sanitation through New York City Compost Project. And kind of our partner program is New York City Compost Project, hosted by the New York Botanical Garden. And they do free composting workshops at different community sites. They're also collecting what you're saying, banana peels and just leftover vegetables that you can't cook anymore. They're actually sites where you can go and drop those off throughout the Bronx. So all of that information is on our website, and it would be a great way for people to come and learn more about it.
Can you just share a little bit about the importance of that recycling process?
Sure. I mean, just, the solid waste problem of New York City, it's a big problem. And so, just taking on that piece of it of saying like, oh, you can make something that will be a resource in your community garden by recycling it, really. So what you're doing is you're taking your food scraps and turning them into something that can be food to nourish your plants that will grow throughout the season.
How cool is that, right? It's like the garbage is feeding another form of life. I mean, I shouldn't even use the term garbage, because but what we would consider garbage is actually feeding another form of life.
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
So it's very cool. All right, you guys are like all like shining with your eyes. You're like, yeah, that's right. That's what you guys are doing, and I think it's wonderful work. And thank you for coming on air and sharing that with our
Yeah.
audience. Is there a website or a process that they have to go to in order to qualify for the certificate program?
Yeah, we have, and I mean, really, all of it's on our website. There is, for the Grow More Vegetables, there is an application just saying what you want to do with the information that you've learned, but really, it's open to everyone. Our website is www.nybg.org/green_up. And then if you go to our events page, we have all our upcoming workshops. We also do free horticulture workshops that are open to everyone. It has our work days, it has our certificate programs. So yeah, anyone's welcome. We also have the information about the trolley tours that we do, that you can visit community gardens as well. So yeah, there's all kinds of information on our website.
Great, great. Do you want to say anything, Alyssa?
No, I think that's good. I think Ursula pretty much wrapped everything.
Elena, I'm
That
calling
we
you
do.
Alyssa.
It's
Elena.
okay.
Elena. Yeah, no, I'm fascinated by your choice of occupation. And I just, before we go, right, I just want to know why you chose this as your choice of occupation.
Yeah, I really studied this a lot in college. I just graduated from the University of Vermont. So I did my thesis with Karen Washington, and then I met Ursula and Sarah during a work day at one of the gardens. And I just was like mind blown that there was like two people doing all this work in the Bronx to help green it up. And I just wanted to be a part of that. So.
All right, go Elena, greening it up with her green.
We're so happy to have it.
I bet, rocking her green shirt, right? Yeah, repping it. All right, thank you very much for coming, Ursula, Elena. And once again, for more information on the Bronx Green-Up, you can actually visit nybg.org/green_up. All right. Now, let's continue our showcase of great outdoor events and places in the Bronx with a look at Rocking the Boat, an organization providing our youth with first-hand sailing experience. And recently, they held a camp giving our teens in our borough the opportunity to check out the beauty of the Bronx River in a fun and healthy way. Let's take a look.